You're watching Rurouni K95's anime review on Dirty Pair. Hi Rurouni's, this is your pal Rurouni K95 here. Today's anime review, we get to cover another 80s anime series. For today's anime review is Dirty Pair. Dirty Pair is a 1985 anime TV series made by the company Nippon Sunrise. It was directed by Norio Kashima and Toshifumi Takizawa. This anime series has aired from July 15, 1985 to December 26, 1985, after 26 episodes. Because we're going to be discussing the original anime TV series, Dirty Pair. Let's begin. The master computer of Eleanor City's Democles Tower, known as Brian, goes messing with the city's power and putting everyone in chaos when the lovely angels are forced out of their apartment in the tower from all the chaos and try to find a way to disable Brian. Yep. But are surrounded by the technology in the city which the computer controls. But Yuri and Kay stop it by warping a ship into the computer, destroying it, and ends up pushing Democles Tower, and over it remains leaning for the rest of the series. After an unknown recent terrorist attacks on commercial space cruisers, the lovely angels, along with the senior operative of the 3WA known as Nova Grave, go aboard one of them to see if they can locate the cause of the recent attacks, what you see in the anime series Dirty Pair. Yep. The lovely angels are sent to collect a legendary casino chip where they infiltrate the owner's mansion as gamblers and are unexpectedly helped by the owner's assistant, the attractive Sydney, who claims he has been sent by the 3WA to assist them. Yep. A laboratory research muscle enhancer has Malatesta, and the lovely angels are to find him. While on vacation, the lovely angels are being chased by a swarm of robots, seemingly from Kredios. As they convey a crystal to power a system, the lovely angels are attacked by pirates. The LA must deliver a ransom to save the rich from a huge corporation, but the relationship between the abductor and abductee is not what it seems, which is not what you expect to what it has meant, especially for the anime series like Dirty Pair as well. Yuri receives a message from a childhood friend, Billy, who had promised to build a ship and fly her to the moon. Now an engineer, he's been kidnapped with the others to work on warships. Kay then pretends to be a contractant to Triple WA so she can go with Yuri rescue everybody. Two cartels are fighting over the new stone on the planet Plastone. The LA each enroll a cartel on the western-like planet, hoping to resolve the issue at the hand with their usual financier as well. Yep. The LA must protect the prince of planet Caspia, who is suddenly targeted by his corrupted uncle. They headed to the planet Mordolin, where the prince goes to university. On their day off, the LA are mistook for a couple of hand robbers. A pursuit and their wrath ensues. A crucial piece of information about the Algernon security system has been stolen from the 3WA HQ. Fortunately, the culprit is still locked down within the HQ, and the LA are in the case. Algernon is a reference to Flowers of Algernon, on which the story is loosely based on, which is not particularly obvious, which is referenced in this particular anime series, which is particularly the reference in the title as well. The LA are sent to the sewers of the Damocles Tower to deal with the mutated space pest, but they're in for a surprise. The 3WA holds a meeting for a political candidate, but the HQ undergoes an attack at the same time. The LA will find out if the two are related. On a holiday on a resort island, the LA help an old man who is being pursued. It turns out that he is a treasure hunter looking for a big prize. Kay and Yuri decide they want their share, as would you expect. By this time, the LA act as bodyguards for the Yorozuya Corporation's Arius. They hang around town when the assassination attempts start. The LA needs to lure out the deadly assassin, Sundrick, as their space shuttle is crashing into a black hole. While catching a thief named JD, and the LA, he learned he is to testify against a major syndicate. Lord Raymond is in love with his doll, Mezuzera. That the LA accidentally broke, their task is to find the culprit. While looking for the assassin Blues, the LA get against a ruling gang on volcanic planet Saldine. A spaceship lands up at a planetary spaceport, but the crew and all the passengers have vanished into thin air. Kay and Yuri team up with an investigator called Eddie Ross, whose daughter is among the missing, which is almost in a serious way. So the mysterious of the vanished passengers continues as the ransom note demands. File E. Eddie knows what it is, but is being uncooperative to solve the case. The lovely angels have to figure out the secrets of Eddie and his family. A drug kingpin has created a new drug. When the lovely angels prepare to raid his operation, they are told to back off. They decide to go after him in another way with the help of a con man called by the name Daniel Cesar. The LA must catch a serial killer who kills beautiful women in condos and possesses as a salesman as well. Yuri is on a terrible date. Meanwhile, much to her dismay, Kay has to team up with Calico to go arrest a counterfeit who lives on a well-defended island as well. And by this time, a team of 3 WA security officers mutiny and have taken over a weapons research lab. The lovely angels must prevent the destruction of Eleanor City and save their kidnapped boss, as you mentioned, if you will. So that's my review on the Dirty Pair anime TV series. But there are basically a couple of episodes that these did not originally air on television. They were produced in 1986 and were released as a 2-episode OVA titled Dirty Pair with Love from the Lovely Angels, which is particularly counted as episodes 25 to 26. They were basically like an unaired episode type OVAs, but they were released basically as original video animation type anime episodes, because, OVAs are basically direct-to-video anime as well, in general, particularly. However, for the Dirty Pair anime TV series, however, it only has like 24 episodes on there, because if you want to count all these episodes particularly, the Dirty Pair anime TV series, however, it premiered on July 15th, 1985, and until it was lastly aired on television on December 26, 1985, which is particularly probably on the day after Christmas as well. But for episode 23 of Dirty Pair, which is Uncertainly Our Magnificent Revenge, was aired on December 23rd, 1985, which is particularly around Christmas weekend, around Christmas week as well, which is probably before Christmas Eve as well for this particular anime series. At one take, this anime series was premiered in 1985 on July 15, around the same time as Fist of the North Star and Urusei Yatsura anime TV series, as what you come to expect. Because when it comes to 80s anime, Dirty Pair, Fist of the North Star, Dragon Ball, Urusei Yatsura and Gundam and Macross are starting to become a household name to the Japanese public eye during the 80s as well, when it comes to 80s anime. The biggest thing that, if you ever watched 80s anime, yeah, there is also, basically, in the plot summary, is the semi-coherent story of a pair of teenage intergalactic private eyes, Kei and Yuri. Their code name is the Lovely Angels, but they are better known universe-wide, in fact, as the Dirty Pair. Their arrival at the scene, the mystery has come to that moment. And I noticed there's some cameos in Dirty Pair, particularly, like the cast of Star Trek names on there as well as the cameos of Sakura and Shinobu from Urusei Yatsura made a cameo in an episode of Dirty Pair as well, and someone is wearing a Godzilla mask in the Western Like Island episode in Dirty Pair particularly, which is basically obviously as well. So for the plot summary of Dirty Pair is basically the semi-current story of a pair of teenage intergalactic private eyes, Kei and Yuri. Their code name is Lovely Angels, but they're better known at universe-wide, in fact, as the Dirty Pair. Their arrival at the scene of a mystery is always a source of hope and dread, since they are always solve the case. Whenever they go, something gets horribly wrecked up to and including entire planets. Lucky for them, but not so lucky for the rest of the universe. There are always some sort of extenuating circumstances that support their most often used phrase, "It's not our fault." That's particularly most 24 episodes of Dirty Pair anime TV series that I have to discuss particularly. They're basically like 25 minutes per episode for the anime series like Dirty Pair, because it focuses on action, comedy, and science fiction, with the themes basically like in space, future, because this is your typical girls with guns type anime series in the 80s. I mean, come to think of it, this is particularly premiered in 1985 after 24 episodes, particularly around the same time as Urusei Yatsura, Fist of the North Star, as well, up until Dragon Ball arrived as well, when it comes to 80s anime as well in general. And yet, the character who voices Yuri is voiced by Seiko Shimazu, who is the voice of Shinobu in the Urusei Yatsura series, also does the voice as Kodachi Kuno in the Ranma Half series, as well as Abi in the Inuyasha series as well. And also, Seiko Shimazu does the voice as Megumi in Magical Angel Creamy Mommy, and she's also in Astro Boy 80s anime counterpart one. Forgot to mention that as well. Especially because, despite how I look back at my anime review on Fist of the North Star and Urusei Yatsura, these were the biggest anime titles that are popular in the 80s when it became a household name to the Japanese publicity in the Japanese public eye during the 80s, up until Dragon Ball arrived as well. But for Dirty Pair, it did got a DVD release that was released by Nozomi Entertainment, and yet, because I had to discuss about the Dirty Pair series, because it was obvious to see the characters of Sakura and Shinobu from the Urusei Yatsura series made a cameo in an episode of Dirty Pair, which I noticed particularly as well as the cast of Star Trek, especially the names, and if you find it in an episode of Dirty Pair, if you ever watch the series. If you haven't seen Dirty Pair, I highly recommend you to check it out, if you can get it on DVD, if it's either difficult or out of print as well, because this is a classic 80s anime with girls with guns in it, particularly if you ever love this anime series as well, which is okay with me. Even though I have not reviewed Dirty Pair Flash, which is okay with me as well. So that's going to be it for my anime review on Dirty Pair for today's anime review. Thank you for watching, but before we go, here's my thoughts on Dirty Pair. When I first watched this, I loved it because this got me hyped with 80s anime when it comes to like retro old school anime of the 80s, because 80s anime is a lot more popular in Japan during the 80s, particularly, come to think of it, because Dirty Pair was made by the company Sunrise, which is known for the Gundam series as well, which I noticed as well. If you haven't seen Dirty Pair, I highly recommend you to check it out if you can get it on DVD. Hope subscribe for content on my Anime Planet, link in the description below. You share this video on your Twitter, Facebook. If you have Twitter, Facebook account, and all social media, be sure to give this video a thumbs up by clicking on the like button on this video. Feel free to leave in the comments in the comment section. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, RoniK95. Feel free to join the channel, especially new to my channel. Hit the notifications bell button. Keep it otaku for this anime review. I got another anime review coming up next, what I have in mind. Stay tuned for my next anime review. I got another anime series for tomorrow's anime review on Eureka 7. Stay tuned for my next anime review on Eureka 7, because you won't want to miss another anime review.